I don't know about you, but I used to think that being a good mom essentially meant running myself into the ground, never needing a break, and somehow enjoying every moment of it. Now, after some time and some decidedly hard earned lesson, I know that is not the case. Let's be real. We're all just trying to survive, raise decent little humans, and not completely lose ourselves in the process. So, let me tell you the 5 things that I have stopped doing that have started making motherhood just a night and day experience for me. If you're new here, my name is Bailey. I post realistic, holistic wellness in the context of motherhood type content. I'm a certified personal trainer, pre and postnatal specialist, certified nutritionist. I'm a busy mom. I work full time and I also make videos. That's the kind of thing you're into. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and join our small but growing very quickly community of moms who are interested in wellness and just trying to make it work for their very realistic lives. If you're not new here, welcome back. Okay, let's start with a controversial one because why not? The first thing I have stopped doing that has changed motherhood for me is I have stopped forcing myself to cherish every moment. I don't know who started the whole they grow up so fast, enjoy everything, don't miss a second verbiage, but I have some thoughts. Listen, I love being a mom. I love it. I'm pregnant. So clearly I'm into this. I'm like trying to keep that train rolling. And I'm well aware that it does go fast. They do grow up way too quickly. And I know that it does pass you by when you get busy and you're just overwhelmed with all the to-dos of the day. Like it is easy to miss it. So it's not that I'm anti that messaging in its entirety. I think it's important to remember to slow down and enjoy and cherish it and all those things. However, does that mean I have to love being awoken by a toddler breathing directly in my face at 3 a.m. asking for water? Does it mean I need to cherish being a human napkin from a toddler's sticky little hands? No, it does not. For a long time, when I would catch myself feeling like I wasn't enjoying something, I felt so much guilt. I felt all this pressure of, you have to enjoy every moment, and am I going to regret this feeling? And am I a bad mom? And yada, yada. But now I've decided to stop pretending that I love every single moment. And it has given me so much freedom to actually enjoy the moments that I do love. We have to let that false sense of pressure go. I love being with my daughter. I do not love being with my daughter when she's screaming her head off in the middle of a crowded restaurant because I didn't let her eat a crayon. That's okay. Some moments are magical, some are chaotic. It is important to remind ourselves to slow down every now and then, for sure. Don't hear me saying otherwise. But it's also okay to give ourselves the freedom to just be a human and to know that sometimes things are just chaos and you don't have to love it. Not loving every single second does not make me a bad mom. It makes me a human being, which, newsflash, is what I am. Both can be true at the same time. And I think the real hack of motherhood is holding space for the joys and the challenges at the same time, because that is our experience. And pretending it's anything other than that is a lie. And I'm not here for that. Okay, the second thing I stopped doing, this might sound a little crazy, but I actually think this is universal at its core. I stopped waiting for someone to come and make this easier for me. Becoming a mom is a beautiful and holy and powerful and also extremely jarring experience. You've never done it before. It's not like anything else that you've done before. I was a dog mom before I was a human mom. It is not the same. It is not like that. You cannot prepare yourself for how jarring that experience can be, that shift can be. And I think for a lot of us, we subconsciously sit there and wait for that moment of when it's going to click. Like, when is it going to feel natural? When am I going to get the hang of this? When am I going to know how to be a mom and also be a whole person at the same time? It's not like I was actually expecting someone to swoop in and Mary Poppins my life, but I do think I had this expectation that at some point someone was going to tell me. I was going to read the right book or see the right reel online or get the right info from my doctor to learn how to do this and how to make it feel easy. But here's the thing, no one is coming to save you. There is no hero that is going to step in and say, this is exactly what you do to accomplish all these things at the same time and enjoy every moment. It's not happening. It's not coming. Obviously, there are friends, there are resources, there are YouTube channels that are designed to help you to that end. And I'm all about taking those recommendations and leveraging that information to set yourself up for success. But at the end of the day, it is up to you and you alone to figure out how to not just survive motherhood, but to enjoy it. If you want things to be different than they are today, you have to make them different. You have to make the change. That sounds so obvious when I say it out loud, but I think as moms, it's easy to forget that and to just become victims of our reality of, I'm so stressed, I'm so overwhelmed, there's so much to do. And you forget that you're the one who has agency in the situation to make a change. I know you can't change all your circumstances, so don't leave me a comment about, you don't know what it's like to have this, that, and the other. I know. The point is, you are the only one who can make a change in the areas that are changeable. Now, that can sound discouraging depending on how you hear it, but I also think it can be really empowering, which is how I hope that you hear. You're the boss, girl. You get to say what wellness is going to look like in your life, what motherhood is going to look like in your life. You get to decide how you're going to attempt to find balance in all of this. Part of that mom empowerment vibe is why I started the Well Moms app in the first place. Because while I can't solve this specifically for each and every individual person, I can at least put a resource out there that was something that I wasn't able to find when I was first becoming a mom that provides realistic, mom focused wellness resources right in the palm of your hand. We have workout programs that are all 30-minute workouts or less. Everything can be done from home, minimal equipment. We have meal plans that are new every month. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 4 weeks. You get a grocery list. You get meal prep tips. And we have an entire section all around mindfulness, like 5-minute mom meditations, mindfulness guides, other resources that can help you find your zen in the midst of the chaos. We can't solve everything for you, but we can at least give you little tools in your toolbox to have at the ready to make this easier for you when you decide you're ready. You can try the app free for 7 days. So I would love for you to download it and check it out. But the point that I want you to hear is this. Instead of waiting for life to get easier, you have to say to yourself, I am going to use exactly what I have available to me today, and I'm going to start making these changes because nobody's going to do it for me. If that means squeezing in a 5-minute workout, if that means setting a boundary with your extended family, if that means choosing good enough over perfect, amazing. Those are all exceptional ways to inch ever closer to a state of balance and a state of wellness in the midst of motherhood. The third thing I stopped doing is trying to earn my rest. I used to treat rest like a reward. Oh, you want to sit down? You want to lounge for a second on the couch? Okay. Did you get the house clean? Is your to-do list done? Is the laundry folded? Have you responded to those 17 work emails that came in the last hour? And you know what happened when I had that mentality? I never rested. I was never actually done because the to-do list never ends. I just kept pushing through the exhaustion until I was like cranky, I was angry, I was tired, and I was probably making everyone miserable around me. Now I rest because I'm a human and I deserve it. I am so hyper vigilant about my toddler in terms of when I think that she needs some rest. I protect her nap time. It's gold. I pay attention to her cues and I make sure that she is getting the rest that she needs because I know that she will be better for it. And frankly, our whole family will be better for it. Why do I not do that for me? Obviously, I don't need a 2-hour nap every day, although maybe I do. I don't know. I'm pregnant right now, so it feels like I do. But I do need rest. So why do I not take the same degree of vigilance about my own body that I do about my child? So that's what I stopped doing. I stopped pretending that rest was something I had to earn and started taking it because I deserve it. Because I'm a human being who needs to rest and who deserves care. If I need to sit down, I sit down. If I need to lay down while my toddler naps, I lay down. If I need to just pack the family in the car and go spend the day at the park because it's sunny and we need some fresh air, even though the house is a mess and I have a million things to do, you better believe that's how we're going to spend the day. And the irony is, since making this switch, I'm actually more productive when I am working on my to-do list than I was before because I have more energy, I'm more well rested, I feel better and more motivated to get stuff done. So it's this backwards hack to actually be more productive by allowing yourself to stop needing to be productive all the time. You want to operate well and show up as your best self for you and for your family. You have got to give yourself the permission to rest, even when there's more stuff to do. Stuff will still be there. Okay, number 4, this is a big one. I have stopped trying to make everyone else comfortable at my own expense. I don't know how or why this happens, but moms are convinced somewhere along the way that we need to be last in the order of priorities in all things. Some of that mindset is helpful because I do think being a mom requires this sort of servant heartedness that you can't have if you think that you're supposed to be first all the time. But I think we've gone so far in the other direction that we've forgotten that it's okay to protect our own peace. We're just conditioned to be people pleasers. We say yes to things that we don't want to do. We tolerate stuff that bothers us. We over explain every boundary because we don't want anyone to be upset with us. It's silly. And this can show up differently for different people. Maybe with you, it's your friendships. Maybe it's your work and your ability or lack thereof to set boundaries there. Maybe it's with your in-laws, your extended family. Maybe it's with your spouse. I don't know. But what I've learned over the last few years is that trying to constantly please other people is a fruitless endeavor because A, it's never going to happen. You cannot possibly please everyone under the sun. And B, you're just going to run yourself ragged trying to do it. The main lesson here is that there is a difference between being kind and being a people pleaser. So saying that a different way, being kind does not mean that you have to make everyone happy. There is a kind way to say no. There's a kind way to set a boundary. There is a kind way to protect your peace and your time with your family. And it's okay. Once I got that through my brain, I found it so much easier to just give myself the freedom to not please everybody. I don't love it when people are upset with me. Okay, I'm a human, but I'm also empowered to do what I know is best for me and my family, and know that that doesn't make me a bad person or a bad mom just because so and so Susie or like your sister-in-law are like a little bit upset with you about it. And also, you don't have to create a 12-page PowerPoint to explain why you're saying no to something. You can just simply say no. It is okay. We have enough as moms going on in life without also taking on the weight of what every single other person wants in any given moment. We don't need that kind of chaos. So these days, if something stresses me out or makes me anxious or drains my energy or just threatens the quality time that I can spend with my family, I say no. And I don't feel bad about it. Giving yourself permission to let other people be a little bit upset with you sometimes, assuming that you handled it in a kind way, it feels good. You got to try it. The last thing I've stopped doing that has drastically changed my experience of motherhood is I have stopped tying my worth to my productivity. Before I became a mom, I was an NYC finance corporate ladder climbing girly. Okay, I had my own apartment on the Upper East Side. I worked this really fancy job. My value was directly tied to my productivity because it was my whole world. My ability to accomplish and to do and to earn and all these things, like that was my life and my identity and my value. Not proud of that, but it's just true. When I then became a mom and started a family, I unknowingly brought that same mentality into motherhood. And without realizing it, I had determined that my value as a mom or my ability to be a good mom was directly tied to how much I could do, how much I could accomplish, get done, get checked off my to-do list every day. You know what snapped me out of that? Failure. And I am not someone who's very comfortable with failure. But in this particular endeavor, this idea that I needed to be a good mom, be a present mom, work full time, keep the house totally clean, make sure we were on top of laundry and we were eating nutritious meals. And I was also a good wife and I had my own hobbies and interests and whatever. Of course, I failed at that. That's a completely unrealistic expectation to have for yourself. But in the midst of those failures, I realized my daughter still loved me, still wanted me when she was sad or sick or scared, still wanted to spend time with me no matter what the state of the house was. Like, she didn't care about any of that. She cared if I was present. She cared if I was with her, if I was having fun with her and laughing and spending time together. That's what she cared about. I was the one who was caring about all these other things and deciding that made me a good mom. She was like, she's too young to actually have this cognizant thought, but clearly she was like, my mom's a good mom because she's with me. She's around. She loves me and she's there when I need her. And realizing that just gave me so much freedom to let go of this pressure that I had put on myself to be so productive and do all the things. And I got to tell you, that has changed the game for me. Now, if given the choice of doing more or being present, I'm going to choose being present 100% of the time. And look, the reality of that is that my house is messy a lot. It just is. And I don't love that. I'm very type A. I like a clean house. Okay. But I've just let it go. I've just accepted that in this season of life, that's not my highest priority. And I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm a better mom because of it. So if you, like me, tie your value to your productivity, I would encourage you to try to change that narrative in your brain and figure out what is actually valuable in this season and just do that. The house is going to be messy. It's fine. As I'm sitting here recording this, I see a giant clump of dog hair on the ground really close to me. It's just fine. So that's a list. Those are the 5 things that I've stopped doing that have drastically changed the game for me in motherhood. I would love to know what's something that you have stopped doing that has changed the game for you. What is the thing that you're like, you know what, when I finally gave that up, things got better. Let's share ideas so we can make all of our lives easier. And listen, if prioritizing yourself and your well-being is something that you struggle with, I would love for you to check out our app. Again, you can try it free for 7 days. Just see if it fits with your life, with your schedule. Try a quick workout, download the meal plan, whatever steps you can take to start building wellness habits into your daily routine. I guarantee it is going to make your life better. Okay, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really supports my channel. If you're into this kind of realistic, holistic wellness as a busy mom, would love for you to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.